So I did a lot of research on Venezuelan history for my podcast, and one thing I am absolutely sure of is all the people who believe Venezuelans are celebrating the kidnapping of Maduro are in for a huge shock when they see what happens to the US Marines that attempt to land on Venezuelan beaches or pass through her jungles. And it is amazing to me that any of you still believe US propaganda, despite the fact it is literally always proven wrong. From Vietnam to Iraq to Afghanistan to Palestine to Venezuela, it's always lies invented for the sole purpose of manufacturing consent for war. In fact, as a good general rule, whatever the US State Department announces in any of its press conferences, you should always assume the opposite is true. If you do that, you'll be right far more often than you'll be wrong. Also, it is really important to remember that every single US regime change war has been an apocalyptic nightmare for the people on the ground. Every single one. And even if Maduro was the worst, most hated, most unelected president of all time, him being in power is still a million times better than US bombs raining down on your cities and the mass murder of entire percentages of your population, all while US corporations vacuum up all your national resources and wealth amidst the carnage. And to the people saying, go ask Venezuelans how they feel about Maduro, well, I say, why not go ask Vietnam, Korea, Iraq, Afghanistan, Somalia, Libya, Cambodia, Laos, Guatemala, Chile, Indonesia, and the Philippines what it's like when the United States devastates your country and calls it liberation. And remember, and this is a very important point, every single US regime change war has been an apocalyptic nightmare for the people on the ground. Millions were killed in Iraq, millions were killed in Vietnam, millions were killed in Indonesia, millions were killed in Korea, millions were killed in the Philippines, and that is a reality of US liberation. And anyone who's calling for it to come to their country is a rat fuck traitor to their people, and their opinion should only be taken seriously insofar as you need to watch out for them because they are dangerous, amoral psychopaths that don't belong anywhere near your country's politics. Also, if Venezuela has a problem with their president, then that is Venezuelan business. The United States has no right or authority to intervene in another nation's politics. And anyone who says otherwise is only feeding the maw of the US empire's insatiable bloodlust. And if you really want the US to go take out an evil dictator, then tell them to go arrest Netanyahu next time they invite him over for dinner. Anyway, something to think about.